This is Chavo Guerrero Jr. Listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. You guys truly bring the Latino heat. Viva la raza.
Wrestling POV content not be suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised.
Wrestling POV is preposterous, is obnoxious, is atrocious, is ridiculous, is churlish, is interesting, but stupid! Wrestling POV is your point of view, bring you 20 years of change in the wrestling business. From the spotlight to the polls, from birthdays to hot tech news, wrestling news, rumors, and injury report, covered by the greatest in the whole damn sport. This week in wrestling, who made the book? 5 second shuffle, pay-per-view, point games. Love, peace, and wrestling is what they're all about. So sit back, kick back, and hear them all out.
Hey, yo, Elio.
What's going on?
Oh, not much, brother, not much. New episode of Wrestling POV Podcast.
Yes.
I am your host this week, the $50 man, Clay Cummings. Joining me, Elio Canella, the gentleman.
Yes, it is great to be here.
As we know, Tony Diaz is not here this week. Took a vacation, took a little break.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That's all right. He'll be here on next week.
We all need a break once in a while.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's so much, you know. It's fun, but it gets crazy at times. So we all need a little break. But you know what? Let's jump right into it with the wrestling news from around the world. All right, we got the wrestling news. Apparently, some bad news. Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon, has passed away at the age of 63.
That one hurt so bad.
Yes, it did, man. As soon as I saw this news, apparently he had 3 heart attacks during a procedure on his hip, and apparently he fell beforehand, and then apparently didn't make it.
And when that happened, when he fell, I heard about him falling, breaking his hip. I'm like, okay, the maximum he'll be in the hospital is 1 month, depending on the speed of his recovery, because that's how long I was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
and then everything that happened. And I have to say, did you read the tweet that Xbox sent out?
I did not. I saw him a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what one fan was like, well, what's going on with Scott Hall? The people have a right to know. And Xbox like, no, you have a right to go fuck yourself.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I saw one tweet from him saying that, well, my brother hasn't died yet. Heart's still beating, blah, blah. Wow. I mean, doesn't really surprise me coming from X-Pac, though.
Yeah.
Xbox kind of...
Yeah, because wrestling fans are like, oh, we have a right to know what's going on. Like,
yeah. To an extent, they do.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a bad thing, man. It's sad. And you know, the past week I've watched WrestleMania 10. Of course, watching that ladder match was incredible. I've seen multiple vignettes and didn't realize really until I watched the vignettes how good Scott Hall was during being Razor Ramon. He was incredible.
And you know, when he first came into the WWF, I was like, why have I seen this guy before? He just his face looks familiar. And then I went through my wrestling magazines, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where I saw him. He was a diamond stud in WCW.
Wow.
Yeah. He was part of Diamond Dallas Page's stable.
When he first started breaking out?
Yep, with the Diamond Dolls. That was after his AWA run.
Wow. That's incredible. Well, prayers out to Hall's family. Rest in peace to the great Razor Ramon. That's all I got. Queen Sharmel is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, okay, Booker, really, what did Queen Sharmel do, like, during her
run. Like
Exactly.
I don't see. You know, that would be a good poll to put out to the fans.
Heck,
Like,
let's do it.
Asking their what their thoughts are on her being inducted.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, yeah, she managed Booker T, helped his character when they were King Booker, and she was good at it. But to be a Hall of Famer, I don't see it. And it's not that, I don't like her. She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, and before that, she was part of the Nitro Girls in WCW.
I remember that. Yep, I remember that too.
Basically, that, like we just said, really, what has she done to be in the Hall of Fame?
Did she ever wrestle, or was she just? I don't remember if she ever wrestled or not.
I want to say that she did like 1 or 2 matches in WCW, but I'm not sure. I think I remember seeing her one because she was going by the name Paisley in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Well, good for her, I guess, but we'll put a poll on this next week's episode.
Yep.
Apparently tonight we figured out Cody Rhodes, our boy, has just signed with the WWE.
So it just happened tonight?
It just happened.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprising. I mean, to me, I feel like they should have just not blown that up and say, hey, he signed, just have him show up. More of a surprise factor. And I feel like they just ruined it by just saying, oh, yeah, Cody Rhodes just signed, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. Have him come out on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, but really, it wasn't surprising because like we said before, where else is Cody going to go?
We put a poll out on him a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly. And my last bit of news, the CYN, this new wrestling promotion.
Ooh, control your narrative.
Brother, have you seen the rules and regulations to this company?
I saw something post. I didn't look closely, but something about no tope suicidas.
Yeah. No super kicks. No Canadian destroyers.
What?
2 of the rules are you are in control. That's just 2 of them. I'm like, what is going on here?
What?
And then at the bottom one, and there's like 8 rules to this whole thing, and I'm only pointing out certain points. The last one is, if you want to control your narrative, you have to fight. Explain to me what that means. Anybody?
I don't even know where to begin.
I don't either. Like, where? I just don't get where they're going with this. If this is successful, I will be totally shocked.
Is there even any kind of TV deal? Because I want to at least check out one episode.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
I really will. I'll give everything a first chance.
Yeah.
But after that, what I've heard is just they have this small TV deal. Okay. But I don't know 100% what the network is at the moment. But I guess we'll see where AKA Braun Strowman and EC3 go.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we'll do that. Let's just go right into the Facebook posts of the week. We posted, how is Keith Lee's run and so far in AEW? And we'll have some comments here from Josh Sanders. He says it's more of a slow pace than a run. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there, brother. Needs to work on getting back to the way he was in NXT. But when I see him wrestle, I want to watch him. So he does have that factor. Honestly, I kind of agree with him. As we said last week, Keith Lee looked kind of slow in his matches throughout the 4 that he had in AEW.
Yep. I
mean, he does need to get back to where he was in NXT. He's not the same guy, and he does have that watch factor. Like what we saw in NXT, Keith Lee was this big guy that could do amazing moves in the ring. And, just watching him I was in awe of what he could do in the ring. And right now, what I'm seeing, it's not there. the X factor of Keith Lee is not there in AEW. So, Elio, what do you think?
No, when I first saw him, you know how they usually have him in the audience before they sign? I was like, oh, Keith Lee, and I couldn't wait to see this guy, and when he showed up, I was like, okay, I'm a fan. But yeah, this run that he's been on isn't good. He really needs to get back to his NXT days, the way he looked then.
Yes, and new gear, as we have said too.
Yes,
the gears just doesn't. I know I'm picky. Sounds like I'm being picky, but it's true. So, what's the polls for these? I know.
Okay. When I first put these out, you think that wrestling fans would read and think about it before they vote? Because
right.
At the beginning of the week, the polls were one way, and now they're completely the opposite. We have 61% think that he's having a good run, while 39% think he's having a bad run.
Really? Fans, what the hell are you watching? I mean, I just don't see what they're seeing. Like Keith, throws him over the top rope, gets the pin. It's just, he's slow. And I'm sorry. And like I said before, I'm a big fan of Keith.
You remember that rule they had about throwing your opponent over the top rope? Would be a disqualification?
Yeah. For the most part.
Wouldn't that be a disqualification for Keith Lee?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that was the actual rule in WCW back in the 90s. Right. So, I'm like, that would be like a disqualification. What's he doing?
Who knows, man? I hope he gets better. That's just all I gotta say. But what the hell, fans? I mean, I love you, but really? I don't know. And we'll go ahead and go into the hot tag news. Bayley, should she come back as a babyface or a heel? Oh. And we got some more comments to this post.
Okay.
Matt Novak says, think she will have to be a face as there are so many heels at the moment to share the top spot with. I agree. I think so. Yeah. Michael Turo says, babyface, the whole heel thing wasn't working. Okay. Harry Schwartz says heel. Joshua Schermerhorn. I'm sorry, brother. I botched your name. So I'm doing the best I can. Says, I don't care. Well, you know what? I don't care if I fucked up your name then.
But you care enough to comment.
Exactly, right? Well, oh well. And Kevin James Beecham says babyface. Okay. Elio, what do you think?
We've already seen her as a face in NXT, but that was a completely different Bayley with the Bayley buddies and all. Then she turned heel, and she was doing some of the best work she's ever done as a heel. I want to see her come back as a face in this version of Bayley, because she's older, she's been around longer, she's been the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right.
She's been tag team champion, so yeah, I want to see her back as a face and see how she does this time as a face.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what? I feel like Bayley killed it as a heel. Yeah. I feel like she did her best work as this heel version.
I mean, come on, ding dong, hello.
Right. Yes, that was great. And
I just don't know if that would work as a face. I mean, she could probably make it work. If anyone can, she could.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree there. I just feel like the ding dong hello was more of a heel thing.
Yeah.
Just to get under people's skin, to be annoying, that sort of thing. As a babyface, that'd be hard to do.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
But just Bayley being Bayley, as talented as she is, I think she could pull it off. But to come back, I would like to see her as a babyface.
Yep.
Not the character with the, the stream. What are they called?
The Bayley buddies.
The Bayley buddies. Yeah. The whole hugs and I want a different babyface Bayley.
Yep.
And just see if she can be on that, babyface level. Because what we've said in past shows too, it's harder to be a babyface than it is a heel.
Yeah.
So Bayley, I think she can pull this off as a babyface. I'm hoping she does. So, and I agree with what Matt Novak said. There are a lot of heels in WWE right now, women-wise. So I would think Bayley should be a babyface. So let's just see how that goes. Injuries, I have.
Oh, hold on. We have numbers for the Bayley poll as well.
Shoot. I'm sorry. All right, what are the polls?
Okay, the fans were a little... They must have read this a little better because we had 44% went with heel, while 56% said she should return as a face.
Okay. Well, then you changed your minds there. I'm glad for you, fans. Good job. But you know what? Let's go into a pause for the cause, and when we come back, we'll have This Week in Wrestling.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Wrestling POV podcast.
All right, and we are back. And fans, we have t-shirts available. 7 different designs, all available at ProWrestlingTees.com/Wrestling POV. $19.99 each. And now it's time to get into This Week in Wrestling. Clay, let's get raw.
All right, we're going right into Monday Night Raw. You know what? I'm going to start with the high points. Edge's promo. I'll tell you what, man. This new Edge, this new song, he's becoming an awesome, better part of Edge, I think. Just the whole thing. Just how he goes after AJ and the grit. And I really enjoyed this promo. And another high point for me, I had Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in this match at the end. Was a great match, telling the story of who would have the show at Mania. KO gets the victory, and Seth is in awe, builds another story to see what he would do at Mania. And I just really enjoyed this match at the end of the show. Lowest point for me, Omos versus Commander Aziz.
Ooh.
This was brutal. Like, two big guys going at it. They made it seem like it was Andre the Giant versus The Undertaker.
I'm so glad this happened this weekend. Although I am afraid they're going to do a rematch at Mania.
I really hope not, because
I hope not, but I'm afraid that they might actually do a rematch, which would be the lowest point of that show.
Yeah, for sure. What were your ratings of Raw, Elliot?
All right, so for me, for high points, I've got the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match, the Edge promo, because this whole new Edge is just killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? I've got Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and I'm sick of seeing the Bianca Belair and Doudrop match. It's kind of done. Lowest points are Commander Aziz and Omos, and Liv Morgan and Queen Selena.
Yeah, that was kind of brutal too. I'm tired of the whole Carmella with Corey Graves shit. I mean, I understand they're together and all that, but it seems like in matches, whenever on Raw especially, when Carmella is out there, she's got to jump in Corey's lap. Or talk to him. Stop with this. Like, I know you're hyping the fucking show, but come on. Like, this is just stupid. But
right.
I can't stand it. Overall, I gave Raw B this week. I didn't think it was that bad of a show. Elio.
I went with a B as well, and I have to say, Raw lately has been on a different level. I mean, the shows in the past have been, terrible, but lately they've been good.
Yeah, I agree 100%. This was a decent Raw, and it has been pretty good the last couple weeks. And now we're going into NXT POV. I'll start with high points. Santos Escobar versus Cameron Grimes. This was a great match, man. I love Santos. I love Legado del Fantasma. And Cameron Grimes. This whole thing was a great match. Really enjoyed everybody that was going out and doing their thing. And Dolph Ziggler versus LA Knight. I gave that a high point. Great match. I don't want to say that you kind of knew the outcome because, I was kind of pulling for LA Knight. But at the same time, Dolph just won the title. You can't,
Yeah.
What would that show, Dolph as the NXT champion? You hold it for a week. But it was still a solid match. So I really enjoyed this. And having Braun Breaker come back and, go after Dolph. And this was good. I really enjoyed it. Low points, Indy Hartwell versus Persia Pirotta.
I have a question.
What's up?
You have two wrestlers facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm going out there to kick your ass. Why would we walk out to the ring together?
Exactly. Same entrance music.
Why?
I don't get it. I didn't understand that. Like, did they just say, "Oh, well, we can't plan an entrance song for these, so just go out together"? Like, what the fuck? You two are mad at each other, and then the match ends. Okay.
Oh, please.
Oh God.
Go
A
on.
makeout session. Like, why do we have this? This is wrestling, not porn. Like, what the hell? I didn't enjoy this whatsoever. And I gave another low point to Tiffany Stratton versus Saray.
Oh, yeah.
The attack from behind, and Tiffany had all the offense. Saray didn't.
Yeah, she didn't get transformed, did she?
No, and they made that clear on the show. Oh, they didn't. She didn't get to transform. Oh, man. Like, really, guys? This is what we're doing? But I don't know, man. That was brutal too.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, I've got. Normally, I would say Miz TV is a low point, but being on NXT, this was actually a pretty good segment.
What's that?
The Miz TV. Normally, I would put it as a low. Normally, I would say it's a low point for me, but being on NXT, it had a different feel to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Also, I gave another one to Cameron Grimes versus Santos Escobar. And throughout the whole night, Cora Jade messing around with Toxic Attraction. I really...
Yeah.
And you know what? Okay. Shawn Michaels even said on an interview that NXT 2.0 has kind of like that Attitude Era feel to it. And I'm seeing it here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And I'm a fan of Cora Jade.
Yeah, and for low points, I've got the same as you, Tiffany Stratton, Saray, and Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta.
Ugh.
If I'm about to go beat someone up, I'm not going to walk out to the ring with them.
Well, the thing is, like, I hope and pray to God that either one of them have a different entrance song next week. If they, because this rivalry is going to keep going. It has to. Just come up with something creative. Like, come on, guys. Overall, I gave NXT 2.0 a B- this week. It was a pretty decent show. Elio.
This one I gave a B as well.
All right. We're going into Dynamite with Elio.
All right, so for Dynamite, I'm going to go with high points first. I gave it to Adam Page and Jurassic Express versus Adam Cole and Red Dragon.
Okay.
I also that Thunder Rosa Britt Baker Steel Cage match was another one I gave high point. And Danielson and Moxie versus Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta.
That was a good match too. I love this pairing with Regal. Man, I really do. I think it could work.
Now, so are they faces or heels? Because when Regal slapped Wheeler Yuta, I'm like, wait, is he a heel or is he a face?
I think they're trying to. I think they're a little bit of both, but I think they're more portraying a heel here.
Okay.
Because I think Best Friends was a babyface of this.
Okay.
But I feel like they need to be a heel. Regal could play a damn good heel.
Yeah.
Moxley, I think, can when he's given opportunity. And Danielson, you've already seen him play a heel.
Yep.
So I think, honestly, this team should be a heel faction.
And for low points, I gave to the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, damn. That was garbage.
And the Hardys versus Private Party, because at the end, the Andrade and whatever came out, and then you have Darby Allin coming out with his skateboard, and just like... So that was those are my low points. Overall, I gave AEW a C+.
All right. Yeah, high points for me. I had to give it to that Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker match. Man, These girls, these women tore it up. But, and I don't want to say you kind of were looking at Thunder Rosa to win here too, but think of the factors. She had a mariachi band coming out to the ring.
Yep.
Okay. She's in her hometown of San Antonio, Texas. Mm-hmm. How many times has she, fought for the women's title and not won? And that sort of thing. So the match was great. Yep. I'm glad that Thunder finally gets the belt and seeing where she would run with it. I think Britt Baker had a great run with the title. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Thunder does with this belt. So, and another high point I gave it to Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor. Like I said, I love this team with Danielson and Moxley. Yeah. I think it's only going to get better.
Yep.
And that was my highest points. Low points, I agree with you 100%. The Jericho Appreciation Society promo. This was almost the same exact promo that he did with the Inner Circle, except 2.0 is not serious. I'm sorry. Much as... What's up?
No, go on.
Oh, as much as people say, oh, well, they've improved, yet they have improved. But they are not Santana Ortiz. They're not.
Nope. Daniel
Garcia, if that story is true about what happened with that accident Jericho was talking about, I'm glad he's back and going. Like, I'm glad he's wrestling. That's great. But he acts so like he's the biggest thing in the world. And, bro, you're like 160 pounds soaking wet. You're not threatening looking. No matter how much Jericho hypes you or anything like that, you're not believable, brother. You're just not. And I'm sorry. That's just how my opinion is. Jake Hager, playing the same character as he was in Inner Circle, just sits back. It's the same exact promo, but with them. It's just, it didn't change. And Jericho hyping his ass up. Like, I am a big Jericho fan. But my goodness, your ego is through the fucking roof now. And I hate to say that, but it's so damn true. Another low point I gave, honestly, to the Hardy Boys versus Private Party, same as you. Glad to see the Hardy Boys in it, but the whole ending, everything happening in the ring, it just ruined it for me. I think with Sting and Darby and Andrade and blah, yep. I'm like, okay, guys, come on. And overall, I gave it a B-. So it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
All right. And now we're going to get into SmackDown.
Yes.
The highest points for me. Okay. I have the opening segment with Brock Lesnar.
Yes. I love that.
This guy's having so much fun on this recent run he's going on.
Yes.
You can tell he's just enjoying himself. Another one I gave it. Okay. This was the highest of high points for me. Pat McAfee's promo.
Thank you.
I love that promo. And I can't wait for WrestleMania to see him beat Austin Theory. It's like, against anyone else, I'd go with Austin Theory, but why wouldn't make Pat McAfee mad?
Exactly. Exactly. You don't fuck with Pat. Damn it.
And, although I gave this match a high point, the Naomi, Sasha Banks, and the Morgan Ripley, I didn't like the ending with, because I hate when these matches end without a winner.
Yes.
So that's the only thing I didn't like about that, but otherwise that was my high point and the last segment with Charlotte Flair.
Okay. All right. High points for me, I gave to Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks and Naomi. I thought this match was going great. These women were going at it. Great tag team match. But then Natalya and Shayna Baszler interfere and fuck it up. I hate when that happens. I hate whenever a wrestling match is going good, going great. You want a winner, and then, interference, the count out, or not count out, interference and DQ block. No, let him finish the match and then attack him. Like, it just makes better for a match because I was really hyped about it. Rhea, though, I really think she needs to be a singles competitor. I'm really honestly tired of seeing her in a tag team. I like this pairing with Liv better than I do Nikki.
Yep.
But Rhea, I think, is on another level. I think she needs to be in that main event card. And maybe she's paying her dues by being in the tag match instead of just shooting her to the top. But she's so talented. She really is.
And what's worse is because of what Sheena and Natalia did, Sonya Deville puts them into the match at WrestleMania. So now it's a fatal 4-way.
Exactly. And I'm like, gosh damn it. Now it's going to fuck up more of the game because now I don't know where they're going. I know damn well Carmella and Queen Zelina is not walking out of Mania champs. They're not. There is no way in hell that you got all these women tag teams in this match and you're going to tell me that Queen Zelina and Carmella is going to win when they haven't done shit with this title? No. I know damn well that is not going to happen. Lowest point, and everything was average to me, but I gave it to Pat McAfee apologizing to Austin Theory. Oh, what the fuck does he have to apologize for?
Yeah, but he didn't really apologize.
Exactly. Vince, I hope you're listening. Do not ever make Pat apologize. He did nothing wrong, okay? Nothing at all. But the promo, Pat is excellent on the mic. Yep. Don't tell me any different. Just because of how he was as a football player coming into WWE and could cut a promo like that, you got to give props to him. Not because I'm a big fanboy of Pat McAfee, but you got to give him his props. And even when he was in NXT, he killed it with Adam Cole.
Yeah.
He did. And that's where I'm going with. But I want to see Pat beat his ass more. Like, let's go. Your parents raised a douchebag. Like, that's excellent. Man, I love Pat. So, technically, it is my low point, but I'm kind of saying a high point here. But I don't care. I don't care. Overall, though, I gave SmackDown a C+. It was an average show, but, yeah. So, that was just me.
My low points are basically Kofi Kingston, Ridge Holland, Happy Corbin, that one, and Shinsuke and Rick Boog. So overall, I gave SmackDown B-.
All right, guys. We are not covering Rampage this week as due to the NCAA tournament. Yep. It doesn't start till 11:30, and we're just not going to cover it this week. But if it is, we'll watch it tomorrow. If it is better than the other shows, then we will say that Rampage won. But that's just where we're going at this week. So, what was your best show for the week, Elio?
I love NXT 2.0. I gave Raw and NXT both had a B, and I've done my C+ and SmackDown B-. I liked Raw. I'm liking Raw, but I had more fun watching NXT because it just reminded me of that whole Attitude Era feel.
Yeah. All right. So, and you know what? I'm going to agree with you. NXT had a different vibe this week. Just like, Miz TV, the couple matches with Cameron Grimes and Santos.
The
Mysterios. Yeah, they had a great match with, or Dominic had a great match with Raul Mendoza.
Yeah, and the crowd was solid behind Dominic in this match.
And you know what? That kind of surprises me, really, because Dom went straight to Raw. He didn't go through NXT.
Right.
So I was thinking, wow, the fans are really hyping him.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? I'll tell you what, and going back into NXT, Dom is looking so much more like Eddie. Like that.
Right?
Mullet, man. And I think he's starting to grow a mustache.
I'm like, what's going on with that hair?
Dude, I'm like, you're starting to turn into Eddie. What are you doing? I'm sure he's taller than Eddie. I think Eddie was 6 foot. I think Dom's maybe 6'3", 6'4". But still, like, he's the face, oh, darn it. The hairdo.
The mullet.
Yeah. Mullet. Yeah, thank you. Gosh dang. It's been a long day, man. But, yeah. And you know what? I'm a fan of Dom. So hopefully everything goes good. And I'm going to give it this week to NXT 2.0 as well. So NXT wins this week. I do not have who's winning at the moment. You'll just have to check on the show. And, yes, like I said, Tony will be back next week. He took a vacation break, as we all need one once in a while. And we'll be back with him next week as we bring more content to the best wrestling podcast in the world. I am your host, the $50 man, Clay Cummings, along with the gentleman,
Elio Canella.
Love, peace, and wrestling. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I don't have the book either. I'm sorry about that. And the 5-second shuffle game, Tony runs it. So that's where that's at. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.